She said, I think they were, work for you. It's going hard out there, though.
Yeah, I'll sign them all. I'll just sign them all, don't I?
Yeah, oh, I knew that.
Yeah, I didn't know they changed it.
Yeah.
They changed it last year. That's a good thing.
Whenever you're ready, Gene.
I got the speaker on.
If it's blue, it's on.
Yeah. All right, this time we'll call the regular county commission meeting order. Sir, we have a quorum, citizen improvements, approval of payroll.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any claims?
We're approving payroll and bills for Thursday since we're not having any Thursday.
Yeah.
We don't have bills. We'll have those.
I think the sheriff's electricity bill will be on Thursday. Go here. I'm gonna give you a little bit. Real, I think they can do today.
No.
You got any for us? What?
They had no
Sales tax hadn't come in yet.
Huh?
They had an opioid request, but they took it back, so, but that should be here, I assume, like Thursday's a holiday, so surely by Friday, I'll be here Friday. But I'll be here all week. All right,
Check when we got another letter, if you just want to put that with this time sheet, please. I wonder if Hector's heard anything about that, Heart of Fame on that Ross Bridge. Supposedly we're getting the money anytime.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah. I asked Max, when we get it.
Last time I talked, it said it'd been should have a couple, 2 or 3 weeks, but then that's been a
2 or
month.
3, yeah.
I mean, been a month.
FEMA, don't hold it back.
Yeah, I
It'll
don't.
come when it comes.
Well, apparently, if I understand it right, FEMA sends the money to SEMA, and then SEMA takes their part and sends the rest to us.
FEMA sends it to SEMA. SEMA sends it down. But then you gotta reapply for the last part. Used to, I don't know how they do it anymore. Well, that was 10% or something.
Yeah.
Everybody takes their cut out.
Yeah.
So when I first got here, they had one that's been sitting for 3 years. They never applied for the money with SEMA. So we called, we got it. They always wouldn't send the money, said, see, me got no money, so we're not gonna apply for it. They go, they got money. We said, I'm really like $200,000. That was from that ice storm many years ago.
To get anything, you gotta keep pressuring them. I mean, if you give up, you won't hear a
That's
word
what they
out of
want
it.
you to do.
Yeah, that's what they wanna have.
I think we're supposed to get 500 and some thousand.
I read it, yeah.
We may not get that amount after SEMA gets, but
Yeah.
$75.10 or the $75.15.
75-15, I think.
I like that with 10% we didn't get in the last 15 years. Gee. Give it a couple more days.
Yeah.
That's what people don't realize. That's the money you have to spend that you don't get back. Back then, that was a lot of money.
Still a lot of money.
I mean, back when you only got 50,000 for gravel and you had about 100,000 for asphalt a year between both of them.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. First out here, we had the gravel spent by June because it was all one money, one side of the peak. You know how easy it is to burn it up early spring with the rains? It was gone. We were filling the ditches with gravel. What did I see? You got Cherry, that bridge down there, the,
I love water.
ooh, nothing there. That road's a nice road. I live in that 50, 60-yard stretch for that bridge.
Yeah.
Okay, the road's twice as wide as this room.
You know, it's got a big culvert in it, maybe two of them, but it needs a bridge put in it.
Yeah, it needs a box
And it-
culvert.
It don't matter how big ones you put in it, it still goes over.
Some kind of a box
Yeah.
to raise that up a little bit.
So, Rex thinks he added you to Kylie's Facebook as a friend.
Okay.
To add you to this, you'll have to be friends with her. Or friends with somebody that's an admin, so, but that's the only way. I had to be friends with Dave before I could add him.
Could you have access to them and stuff, just not the full time? You know how to do it.
When I added him, I thought he got full access to everything.
He does on certain things, just not everything.
I could respond back to Messenger, but
You couldn't post stuff?
That's on Jean's.
Really?
It's not me.
Yeah, you should
Oh,
be able,
I can do it now.
you should be able to.
Okay.
Kevin's getting ready to do
When you go to.
the asphalt projects, and thought it might be good to post on
Yeah.
Facebook,
Sure.
See if they bring them up.
but I can't post anything on it.
Kevin will be able to get on there too.
I just did this morning. I followed it, so I should be on there now. I never knowed what it was.
Yeah. Nope.
Holy secret was originally, it was put on there, she set it up,
Oh, they are.
and only thing it was
Okay.
arguing between her.
Here, hold on.
Yeah.
I thought
Give him
get
his
her
phone
off.
back.
Hell,
We'll go to my computer. Maybe it might be easier.
there'll still be argument.
This is Jude's. You want us to keep it though in case any? Just leave that up. Don't close it off.
Okay.
Don't touch that.
I remember the day when Gene Newkirk was the commissioner that had email. Now you're sitting here learning to use Facebook. Yeah,
They didn't even have Facebook, neither one of them.
I understand. You were the, but not only did they not have Facebook, they didn't have email. You were the only one that had email
Yeah.
when you first elected.
My 6-year-old granddaughter's my cell phone manager. She can figure it out.
I can hand it to my boys and they'll be like, here you go.
But
Like, oh,
I
okay.
remember, I remember when Ike Skelton was trying to figure out how to deal with social media. He was actually relying on his wife that he married after his first
I
wife
was a
died.
relay person. Is what I
And
was.
said,
Oh.
you know, all other people my age have no excuse.
They all
I
say,
can
"You need to come
legitimately
fix my
say
roof."
that only
I'm
one of
like,
my hands
listen.
works.
Yeah.
And there
Polio kind of gave me an
mayors here
excuse
that
not
expect the
understanding social
presiding
media.
was over everybody. I go, it's not like the mayor. Totally out. Each form of government is different. Yeah, one of them wanted street lights and everything in their subdivision.
We're gonna tour Hunter's Point today, Dave. Did you come up with anything?
Yeah, I saw Brian posted on Facebook for people to reach out if their road needs attention. No portion of travel is all good. There's probably some side streets up there that can get a little difficult.
It was pretty legal shape.
Mhm. Does it have to be spent?
No.
I mean, you can,
It does not have to be spent, but what that does is that resets it for next year. So if you only spend, 40,000 this year, then basically there would be what, 80,000 left over. So the assessment on the tax levy would only be enough to replace
the
what was
40,000. Okay.
So,
Hmm.
I mean, you give the residents a little bit of a reprieve on their tax levy for a year.
Well, I figure too, I mean, now that we have asphalt money, I mean, the county can pay a portion too if there's something that needs, you know. We've never had that before, so.
Right.
Stable? Somebody said stable.
State.
It was one of the, tried to check it this morning, one of the comments was stable lane.
One holds a lot of water, but I'm ready to get back to the very top. Up there with Stallion and where it goes around the curve there, so it splits for the three streets up there.
Okay, stable, yeah. At the top to the left.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. It's,
See, I think there's only part,
Stable's not
I
counted.
think there's only part of it that's in the mid, or just a little bit of it
I mean, yeah.
in the mid. And I think the back part of it's county.
It only goes one house past that, I think.
And so,
And German lady on the corner, she's the last house on the left that's in it. There's one on the right.
and I know they were talking about the edge of the road on Shady.
Yeah.
Where it is falling off.
She's good. She got it.
all right, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's what if you just keep adding 2 inches and add 2 inches, then all of a sudden you've got tall shoulders that, yeah.
Just doing that under a bridge overpass. It get dangerous.
When is that up for vote again, boy?
26.
So it's quicker than I thought. I thought it was 3 years.
I want to say it was on the 26th.
I don't remember.
I want to say, yeah, they voted on it 2016 and then it went into effect in 7.
No, you can onboard people. So tomorrow. Huh?
He looks like a boy.
I know, onboarding.
And I think the other day,
Stable is not in the NID.
I didn't think so.
In fact, after Shady, it's past, once you go past Shady, it's the 2 blocks and then the NID ends. So it ends on Medina right there. After Sprint, it's basically 2 driveways past.
It's 2 houses, isn't it? One on the right, one on the left?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the gravel starts right there.
Good.
Yeah.
Since we're asking questions, if it goes up for a vote again in 26, can people that are not in it, can they vote to be in it?
Basically, I'd say you'd have to start all over again and redefine the area of the NID.
I like to know how all that works.
I'm going negative and that line.
We were just trying to figure out some computer things earlier. Now you showed, now you
Set
can.
up Road and Bridge. Jess did. She had me down, and I guess her.
There's that upper portion of the NID.
Okay. Yeah, it's just a couple of lots by Shady and
Good morning, Sheriff.
Good morning. Joe, when you call coffee, it's gonna be a good day.
And then go.
Daryl's got a big cup.
What was that?
I said, he said something
Yeah.
about there's some coffee, and I said, Daryl's got a big cup.
Oh, that's true.
yeah, it goes. Couple other.
Whitney, I'm drinking your creamer.
She's going on vacation. She's in a good mood.
She is in a good mood.
And she knows the creamer will expire by the time you come back.
Exactly.
Pulaski County marked this date, May 5th, 0920. Whitney is in a good mood.
She was.
He's
She
having
was.
some documentation.
You want to put her in a good mood, mess up her payroll sheets when she hands them to you?
Sheriff Dean, you both know that you're on video and that's going to be lasting forever. Then you're thinking something about Whitney. Are you sure that's safe?
Yeah.
She'll be all right.
Whitney and her payroll sheets got to be exactly the way she is.
Talking about Whitney?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whitney, we got several. She's out there laughing. See?
He was in a good mood this morning. I was like,
Me and Rex making your own life more better. That's right.
she come in here this morning, she was gonna get a food on. She goes, I'm going on
He
vacation.
said me and Rex are making their life better by making you happy.
Oh, of course you are.
I ain't gotta call BJ.
What are you getting up for?
I haven't got done with, I got some problems, so she might be, right now she's okay, but
Yeah.
give it 30 minutes and
You
we'll
like
see.
the boat paddle?
No. She might take it to me though.
Yeah, so take it away from you.
I was getting to you, Don.
Somebody knows I don't. Yeah, just said you shouldn't have known I'll make it out. We want to meet it on the boat.
They're the eastern side of.
What?
England. Black Dan. Got a whole flip phone.
Yeah, I think there's a map of that somewhere across the hall. I think.
Obituary website they opened up. Karen Johnson, 88.
Oh, there's a lot of
I
them.
just got one.
They're not annexing that into county, are they?
There's a lot of them that aren't in it on that upper end.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, thanks.
Now, while you got the keyboard hot, I gotta meet with, the owner and the builder tomorrow there in Osage Hills on them couple private, it's on, off of Hyatt. It'd be that John Rand, Tony Christman side of it. Yep, that's where it starts off of Y. But we talked about this before and you'd act like none of that in there had ever been turned over to us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just wanna make sure that's before we have a talk tomorrow. Cause it's gonna get interesting.
Hallmark and Hyatt and all of that.
Yeah. Hoot, Holler, Helios, all of that in there. There's only a couple, two or three in there that they say is private. They say the rest of it is county, but the last talk we had,
Yeah.
I understand it.
All the blue roads.
Lewis County?
No, blue is private.
No.
So is Hyatt showing it's private? Cause it's the main one in there.
Yeah. That's Hyatt right there.
Huh.
Hyatt, Hardcastle.
Hardcastle is, it does have a white sign, but Hyatt has got a green sign. And there's some of them in there, I mean, ever since they started, it has got green signs and the county is supposed to snow off of them.
What's his name? Bro, with him.
That's what well, my understanding was, and I'm not gonna say any names, but he's, deceased now, but he had approached, Chrisman whenever he was a supervisor and he told him, you are gonna take these roads. That's kind of what I was told.
I thought he took them all, 'cause they were.
If those have been took or not, Dave, we should have paperwork on that saying one way or another.
We can
Or they-
We can always go back and look, you know. We can check commission minutes if we know approximately a year. We can look that way. Uh, We've got some sources where we can look at, deeds and, plat maps and see what we've done there too.
I thought he was criminal. They call it, I mean, they will.
See, a lot of times they say if these streets are in black, well, they're private. But then if they're in green, it's supposed to be a county road. But it's not 100%.
Yeah. Mm.
I assume they'd be on the cart list too.
Well, that's the problem. I think some of them is and a couple of them isn't that they say is, and yeah.
Kylie's got the updated cart list.
It's what it is on one of them private ones down there where they've got the culvert facing. People's got a privacy fence right down it. And there's a gully 4 foot wide, 4 foot deep, and their privacy fence is right on the edge of it, about to fall off in there.
A subject we discussed, all three Facebook pages that have been shut
Yeah.
down by Facebook for the
As of-
that we talked about.
In 2020, it said Hyatt, there was 0.6 miles of Hyatt were county road.
Facebook thing, or the, oh, okay, this is somewhere.
Oh.
Part of Hyatt is county.
The last of them shut down sometime between late Saturday night and early Sunday morning.
Goes to the junction where it was, probably.
But then that can be a variation in just the way the overlay gets.
So it just shows the main road going like that.
I think it
No,
showed,
it's showing the rest
I think it showed all of them too.
Is that first point?
No,
No.
No. He was talking about the net, so I didn't know if you're still talking.
Then are we discussing?
you gotta pay attention because we move fast.
We gotta pass it.
This isn't a NID, Daryl. They're just looking at a subdivision out on Y.
And they're not talking about creating a new NID out.
No.
Thank you for clarification.
No, they're just showing what's a county road and what's a private road.
Gene, as long as we now have the prosecutor here and the representative of the sheriff's department, have the two of you seen the discussion going on with regard to juvenile detention facility out on Porter Road outside the city limits of Waynesville? Where was we for changing?
Where did that come from?
What?
Yeah.
Okay,
I saw that. I saw somebody made that.
right. Apparently, The comment is being made by one of our local realtors who presumably knows what she's talking about, that for several years, this has been in the planning, the neighbors know about it. Is this something the county commissioners have had any discussion about? Is this something law
I
enforcement?
don't know
has
what you're
discussed
talking about.
About the proposed juvenile detention facility on Reporter Road?
Don't know anything about it, Darrell.
Nope.
So
The first I heard of it was 1 year.
Okay, so this is important. So the sheriff's department, to your knowledge, has not been contacted about potential issues, and the county commission has not been contacted, unlike what occurred with Doug Tillett and Judy Tillett's previous facility, when the county emergency management agency got involved about what do we do in a case of emergency, what do we do with these kids?
Okay, whoa. Okay, so
Two separate issues.
point of clarification. Okay, you're talking about juvenile detention facility, or are you talking about an in-home service?
In-home service.
And that's unclear.
Yeah, that's two
unclear.
different
There's probably 8 or 9 of them around.
Yeah.
Right, well, that's unclear, because there's comments being made that this is a youth prison, which we all know is not true. Comments being made in in-home facility, there's comments being made it's gonna be similar to Piney Ridge. I'm not clear. So that's my question, what do you guys
Depends
know
on what
anything?
level.
Apparently you don't know anything, it's not come up yet.
If they're a level 4.
That'd be the one with all the
lock
teeth.
doors.
Off Reporter, on Reporter Road,
They cannot lock.
okay, you have some knowledge of it,
There's some group homes there.
whatever it is, it's not yet been built.
I'll get ready to get pissed.
Oh. The one that he's in construction right now with it. Is that what you're talking about?
I can't confirm they're in construction, but one of the realtors, Mrs. Carmack, states that this is public knowledge in the area and they are in process. I don't know if they've started building yet.
There is a gentleman that is building some type of, I don't know the gentleman's name, I forget. But there is some type of construction that's gonna be built for something that they wanna do a nonprofit for.
Okay,
And I believe it is for troubled youth.
okay.
It's gonna be made into like a city inside of, like the houses and apartment complexes is gonna be like in a city with all the nurses and doctors. It sounds like it's gonna be a very elaborate thing, but I don't know. But it's a nonprofit that's trying to do this, but that's all I know. I don't know if I thought there was some construction going on.
And I can't confirm there isn't. I just know that the property is in process, but I don't know if that means.
It sounds like that might be the same thing that, this man talked to me about.
Kevin, no.
That's very helpful
Yeah.
to know.
He would be
The
doing
underlying
something.
issue here is that the county emergency management agency, and this is years ago, during the flood period, got involved when there were concerns about what do we do if this facility that the Tillets used to run got cut off by flood water? How do we evacuate? Need a plan of what to do in the event that we have a lot of kids that need to be put somewhere. What plan do they have in place? Doug and Judy Tillett got asked a lot of questions, and they were asked publicly here at the county commission meeting what their plans were. At that point, there were plans. I'm not saying there weren't later, but publicly, there were no plans at the time. They were asked a question, but it hasn't yet.
All I know is this man's dream. It's a nonprofit, so he's got to get people to help him and donate and this stuff. And it's not like it's gonna happen next week. This is something in the future years.
Okay.
So, but the way he made it sound, it was gonna be like some homes, and then there were like a convenience store and all that, so that they don't have to go anywhere. It's not behind walls, but it's all contained with everything that they would need. So counseling, school, things like that, but it's several years down the road from what I can gather, because I mean, I think it's in like phase 1 of what he wanted to do.
That's very helpful to know that,
I don't
going up quickly.
Now, I don't know where it's at. I haven't been out there. I haven't seen it. And I forget where he did tell me, but I forget. It's been a couple of weeks, but I really wasn't on my radar because it's, a future thing that's gonna happen, if it even happens, if he gets the people to help him with his nonprofit and things like that, 'cause I mean, it's, I don't remember his name. He was at my, church.
Thank you very much, Sheriff. It's very helpful to know.
You're welcome.
For the benefit of the commissioners, the Piney Ridge situation came up many, many times at the St. Robert City, I'm the Waynesville City Council and its committees. When a plan was made to put something similar in Richland, it generated a public hearing at the Planning and Zoning Commission that were probably 200 people in the room objecting to it. So these things obviously are controversial. They could be run well or otherwise, and there are legitimate questions that should be asked either way.
There's no reason for it to go do this. This is, well, that's involving road. So.
Kevin doesn't know anything about it, so they haven't been contacted.
Well,
Who knows?
Yeah.
Like I said, you know, I've heard of this back 5 or 6 years ago.
I've been to
I
5
got
or
an old-
6 of them here.
They got the road roughed into it right now, but it's never went nowhere. I think it's like Sheriff said, I mean, trying to nonprofit, I mean, I don't think it's ever gonna go through because it's gonna cost billions what he's wanting done, and I just don't think it'd ever go anywhere. Anyone, you gentlemen got anything for us today? You got anything for us, Sheriff?
Remember one day the high sheriff was actually trolling Crocker one day.
Was that Friday? I was running radar.
I think it was Friday.
I had the LiDAR out. You get me, I was funny.
Damn, I wish I was flying through there. Like,
I made 2 stops. I'm going 43.
I remember when the old sheriff was radar and breaking through. That's for sure.
Although driving with that, that's what 55, but everybody has to slow down and make those turns on in front of my house. So you all throw the trash out there across. I haven't got better charges, and I find out they're throwing trash in 28.
Oh, well. I'll tell you a funny story. My brother-in-law, you know where he lives on 28. He kept getting this Diet Dr. Pepper in his yard every day. It would end up in his yard. He'd pick it up, maybe one the next day. So he went and bought 9 cameras and put them up all over his property out front. And he sat and watched videos till he caught the guy. And it was a guy he used to work with that was doing it. He would have a little one. He would finish it the time he left the house going to work every day. He finished it at the same time he threw it out. And he caught him throwing it out of the car.
Yeah, that's the wrong guy's yard to throw stuff in. He loves that yard.
Oh my God. And you know what he did? He drove to the workplace. Holy.
I threw a full can at him.
Needless to say, he don't throw any more out. So I drove by the next day and I threw a couple out.
He would.
I threw it and it bounced. And it stood right up next to the tree like that. I was gonna put a note in it.
That land that's on the west.
Yeah. For the vehicle to take him out that box truck. You ever see that video? His camera's caught. The guy at the box truck was in his ditch, hit his driveway. They went up near 6 feet. That box truck was up there. The one guy's arm was out the window like he's riding. It landed back on the other side, then up on the road, and then it finally pulled over down the road.
I lost my mailbox a few years ago. A lady OD driving through around that curve. Went through my mailbox into my neighbor's yard, had to thump one in the tree line there.
What's it? I can't remember what city, but somewhere here in Missouri or something like that. The guy, his insurance company spent like tens of thousands of dollars putting up these metal poles because he's on a high speed curve right there, and his house has been hit 26 times.
Hmm.
Where at? Here, it's somewhere here. I can't remember where it was, but yeah.
Was they paved that road here?
Yeah.
Buckhorn?
Don't quote that, Daryl.
That first sharp curve. Heck, that feels thinking of that. The first winter, sure enough, the first snowstorm, someone went through the fence.
Oh, boy.
But he had video of it too.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is.
Well, the overpasses, I guess the truckers, before they head out every day, they throw their trash out the window. Have you ever looked up all the overpasses on the
Oh, you
interstate?
look over the hill. If you ever stop at 100 exit here on 44, I stopped there, had a kid one time, very dusty. I looked over that edge. There was mattresses. There was the truckers just dump everything out of their truck right there on
Oh, yeah.
the ramp. It was a steep hill right there. It was full.
If you have not mowed along a state right of way,
You appreciate it.
I'm telling you what, you'll wanna get upset in a hurry.
Well, you can look at these intersections, the cigarette butts of that. Yeah.
Milk jugs with not milk in them and bags with not trash in them. I called them trucker bombs.
Yeah.
But it's horrible.
Yeah, you go up to the intersection, those cigarette butts of that.
I haven't had anybody charged with littering. So.
Oh, yeah, there it is right there. Yep. See?
Girls. Oh,
So, girl.
For 6 years.
Oh, that's the one you told me? Oh, I thought there was one in Northern Heights.
that's the one off the border.
That's one officer. I'll forget. That's carried out 3. Yeah, the two.
There's one right at the bottom of the asphalt hill on the left.
Yeah.
The what?
Yeah.
See if you go there for they said left hand turn.
Oh, yeah.
That's where your storage buildings are.
Where?
Storage buildings right there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's back there.
Yeah.
He's by where the pond was. Person died.
No, Mike Giles owns that, or should.
Oh, so it's around the corner from that? Or right
That's
before it?
right before you
Right
get.
before it,
Yeah.
up to that bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Don't Keith Pritchard owns a bunch of land right in the back.
Yeah. It's where
That big lot of power.
Mike Hartness wrecked his motorcycle.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
Yeah, this one over here on the other side would be.
He's got. He's got.
Yeah, somewhere in that big area right there. Go back to the right.
Yeah. So that's depositions this month, I think. 2 full days, like 30.
That one right there. Well, I'm going to get 3 million, that probably already. Family cruise and family group of us.
I think I know. Five.
Their interest is on horse shit. Owns that land.
All the ones on the portal. And see, the one guy we had working for us before that, Raymond Slay, he knew that old boy and he helped him start that road into that property. He worked for him. That's how I had heard mention of it, but
Supposed to have that kids there. I got no Texas County.
That is jury trial today.
Who is it?
Texas County.
That was my question at Pulaski County. Thank you. I saw the jury trial on the docket, didn't recognize the dates. Thank you.
You need something, Jeff? Okay.
What did I say? Had to pay Mark off to drive my case to get booked for this one. So ready for next week.
You said
I got-
Texas County case?
I got a pitchfork and some culverts if you want. Go clean out some culverts or anything.
You know, I could use mine to that driveway. That's pretty cleaned up.
we could work for him, I guess.
Yeah.
Had a lot of people not like us probably.
Hmm.
There's your sister-in-law out there, Jean. Sandy. Sandy.
She's out there?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I would have witnessed. And she worked for an insurance company or
She
something.
worked for Mercy.
Mercy, yeah.
She usually hauls the doctors around, introduces the new doctors.
Yeah.
They're the ones with all the money.
Mhm.
leeches.
Well, it just, I thought you were talking about Gene's relatives, and Gene called
Like them attorneys, I said, you know, it's cold outside when they got their hands in their own pockets.
Lawyer joke start, I'm getting out of here.
I don't know what to do in the wintertime, the summertime, too hot.
Yeah.
So that one time, one of our locals says, I didn't like your joke on the internet. He goes, yeah, it was funny, but I don't like it. The one across the street.
Best thing is they're on all sides.
Mhm.
Like that one. Or southeast or west.
Physical copy of that too. Can't put it in the binder.
Yeah, they ran the Kentucky Derby this weekend, didn't they?
Yeah, they said there's a muddy man.
Oh, I bet. It was supposed to rain hard the whole day. All that was Saturday when I left Cape Girardeau, I drove back in the hard rain all the way to Cuba. From Cape Girardeau.
I didn't think it was gonna rain Saturday, but up there to go turkey. Oh, it an hour probably.
I left here 5:45, drove to Cape. I got Cape Girardeau sprinkling and quit. Then while I was there, it started pouring down rain and it quit. I said, well, I'll just hit that. I'll beat all this rain. Drove in rain all the way.
I ain't traveling on the highway when it's raining. Oh,
I was pulling a trailer.
oh boy.
Get you a turkey.
Saturday morning I did. Yeah,
Couldn't call one in.
I
I'd
got-
like to do it, but there's no
I got
way.
soaking wet, but I was, yeah.
There's so many of them out where deer hunt, surely you gotta get it done. I mean, they killed one with 3 beers. Is that possible?
Yeah,
There was a guy showing one yesterday with 6 beers.
my boy got one, first week, it had 4 beers.
I didn't know it was even possible.
I've seen them have as many as 6 or 7.
All of them is that property. I don't know. I don't know how. There's hundreds in the beetle at one time. One time there was 9 of them gobblers fanned out. They were huge. I'd have to hunt a ride. I couldn't get them to come close.
Well, yeah, I'd almost like to.
Get a 17 out there. You like prairie dog, yeah?
I'll tell you what, these 3.5 ounce 12 gauge. That'll go out 75 yards.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Still, we thought it was 25, 30 yards.
Or not anymore. Yeah, I wouldn't shoot one that far, but I've heard guys that they got frustrated and just took the shot, you know, or it'd be 70 steps or
Well, I
75
shot one
scores.
with an arrow, it's been about 25 years ago with my stand. When they walked, I hit it, it flopped around and took off with my arrow. You never seen it again.
Wherever it went down, that's probably where it was.
Well, I got him, I stuck it, it was in the ground, he was going in circles, and all of a sudden the arrow coming out, he come out and took my little dude.
Gentlemen, you need anything from us?
Oh, no, thank you, gentlemen.
You know,
Send you notes, Sheriff. Send you a call.
yeah, I never had, I lost that back then, it was a $12 arrow, that was expensive back then, never again,
Now they're about 25 or 30.
yeah. But never again.
No meeting Thursday, gentlemen, there's a holiday.
Yeah.
Good, I'll be looking forward to that.
Maybe you can cancel your first Thursday of every month meeting, so we can both attend 911. Sound like a good idea? Maybe you can go too.
That's up to you.
Do what?
Daryl suggested we cancel the first Thursday of every month meeting, so we can all attend the 911 meetings.
So I didn't think that'd be an idea you'd be open to. A better statement would be asked why they moved it from Friday at 8:30 a.m. to Thursday at 8:30 a.m. And there might be reasons for that.
No comment.
It's late, like anybody, much. Buddy, late.
I heard it was muddy, it was up at the max at, well, 259 point something.
Debris.
They're running water.
No, I didn't ask. My son went Friday and I don't
I
know.
know a group went Saturday, they caught fish.
Yeah, I heard they're catching them, but.
They weren't catching them on the bank, they were catching them out of about 15 feet of water. Still had eggs in them too. Well, the fish down at Lake Skipton, I guess they got a disaster down there.
I'd say around the Niagara, like Larry Gale, I'd say that's all pretty chocolatey, I'd say, but
Laura was, they said Laura was.
This.
oh, is
One was not.
that the wreck? Yeah, I'd say it's chocolate.
Same way.
I want to shoot it. I just tend to see it hit the ball at high speed. I just got to
Drive over and put in at Kaufman Beach, I'd say that'd be clear up in there.
TV2.
No, Kaufman Beach on the Grabois arm. Yeah, that'd be a good, I mean, I'd say that water up there's,
I think my
Clear,
son
probably.
said they went to the Osage arm where, you know, people say this, I
Yeah.
couldn't tell you, the lake, it's water, that's all I know. The Osage arm, the Gravois arm, where this is at, where that's at, I don't. Like looking at an aerial map, there's just,
oh yeah.
Go to Margaritaville and look at the map on the wall.
I know my boy will go to whipping down these and I'm like, do you know where the truck's at? Can we get home? I mean,
These guys, these tournaments, they take off high speed, they're gone for,
Well, your draft will tell you where you've been. You can follow your draft back, but we used to fish down a lot on Lake Washita down there in Hot Springs. There's no, it's Corps of Engineer Lake, so there's no homes or anything on it. And my brother used to take off, and we'd go in all these different places, you know, and I thought, so if you ever get hurt, I got no way to find out where the, you know,
exactly.
there's no, you know, you can't.
It's like Truman.
You can't drop breadcrumbs, the ducks eat them.
You know, when you get on Truman, you get so far up in there past the bridge. All of a sudden, we showed up, there was an actual Corps of Engineer run dock that was up there. We went to and got gas and stuff. But other than that, that was the only thing I seen.
Mhm.
I'm so glad you know where we're going.
I fished up there once and I thought I'd be able to see those stumps and those trees cut up. I think I'm in Louisiana.
Oh, yeah.
Not a thing. I mean, I cast it, it's like you see the birds doing this skip. Not a nibble. I said, how am I not catching fish? I was so frustrated. That's a long, curvy drive up there for all that. I've been back to. No more business.
No more business that we know of.